I frowned at the definitive tone in her voice, and at the trace of glee. Taking away his keys would eliminate a great deal of her grandpa-induced stress, of which she'd been having quite a lot lately. Even with 500 miles between us, our living arrangement with Grandpa had been running fairly smoothly. That was until 6 months ago, when he'd started calling Mom at all hours, confused about whether or not he'd taken his medication, or panicked because he couldn't find his wallet. They were small things, but they'd put the idea in her head that he was getting too old to be living on his own. And now, Dunkin Donuts. I wanted him to be safe, of course, but I also wasn't sure how he would survive on his own in New Hampshire without any wheels. I pictured him alone in his house, surrounded by empty pizza boxes and dead houseplants. Both his landline and his cell phone were dead for some reason, the lights flickering as a grandfather clock mournfully bonged each endless passing hour, the howling of a lone coyote his only connection with the outside world. I swallowed past the lump in my throat. "So, are you taking some time off to go up there?" I asked. "He's probably going to need some help until his wrist is healed." My image of Grandpa surrounded by pizza boxes and dead houseplants was replaced by an image of him pathetically trying to unscrew lids from various jars, jelly, mayonnaise, pickle, as each one slipped from his hand and shattered into sharp, deadly shards on the floor. A barefooted Grandpa crunched down on them like Marv from Home Alone. I shuddered. "You know I can't go up there," Mom said indignantly. "They've got me working nonstop straight through Christmas. I'm with Isaac Mizrahi every night this week, and they're flying Dennis Basso in on Saturday to showcase his new Christmas ornaments. Take time off? Pfft." I rolled my eyes as she scoffed loudly into the phone. She was always going on about Isaac Mizrahi. My mother hosted her own show on QVC. That's the home shopping channel headquartered down here in Pennsylvania, called Sharon's Closet. She'd auditioned for the spot as soon as I'd accepted my admissions offer to Penn State, citing it as her secret lifelong dream. Personally, I think her secret lifelong dream was to get the heck out of Autumnboro as soon as I'd finished high school. Whatever the case, QVC booked her for the show, and she and Dad followed me south, leaving Grandpa alone up in New Hampshire. I saw a flash of those tragic green eyes again. Not Grandpa's. His were blue and merry, buried beneath 2 white puffs of eyebrows. The green ones weren't family, but they'd also been left behind. And the reason I'd gone, to be honest. "So what then?" I sighed, running my hand over the soft leather couch, suddenly wishing I had a 9-to-5 office job, a husband, and kids. Anything to use as an excuse not to go up to Autumnboro myself. But I wrote horror novels from home. After college, I'd become a bit of a self-published success story. And my cheating scumbag fiancé had moved out 4 months ago. Writer's block had settled in as soon as the wedding was canceled, meaning my days and nights were now filled by staring wide-eyed at stark white Word documents. I was alone, devoid of responsibilities, and at risk of developing chronic dry eye. But still, I closed my dry eyes and waited for Mom's response. "Well, it's a shame that nobody else from the family can go up there," she said. "Mom, you know I can't." I know, she huffed. "You've been hiding down here for 10 years. Why should I expect you to go and visit your poor, sick grandfather now?" "He's not poor or sick, Mom, merely maimed, and you know my leaving had nothing to do with him." "I'm just going to have to hire a home health aide," she went on, ignoring me. "Even though you know how he gets with strangers. You remember Greta, don't you?" Greta was the housekeeper Mom had hired for him a few years back. As soon as he'd found out she was coming, Grandpa had hidden every potential valuable in the house beneath his mattress, which Greta found the first time she attempted to change the sheets. Of course I remember Greta. And I would go, Mom, if only...